Okay, so today is axle removal. So let's come under here. So you've got speed sensor here. Speed sensor that goes up into this clip, and then you pull these rubbers out of these clips. See, there's one there that's popped off the top here. Didn't realise I didn't need to take that off, but you remove this rubber out of this here, and then I've iron bolted this because I needed to get in here to clean up, so that's irrelevant. But you've got a little clip here, and it's got like a little bracket that goes over the top that clips in place, and then that releases the plug out for you. This, unclip that. You got a brake line here, so we need to get this brake line off, this one off. The caliper, same on the other side, it's exactly the same. Those wires, those speed sensors come in here, so if you need to get them out of the way, you can just pull them through that grommet. The whole thing should come through, and then on this side we've got exactly the same, but it was plugged up under here. So you see I'm going to have to pull that out of the way because I'm trying to clean up under here. That's why the axle's coming out. I'll have to remove these clips at some point. So yeah, that's exactly the same, just a little clip. And what it clips into is the exact same on the other side. I don't know if you can see. Put the light on. There, so that's that little clip. It's like a little lid. So just pop that off, and then the whole connector comes out. Pull the connector, it's just a little clip like that. Nice and easy, just push the tab, pull it out. And then same on this side caliper. Gotta remove this brake line from here and into here somewhere. Oh, there you can see it. Turn you on the side, just here. Oh, that's gonna focus. Focus, damn you, there. You gotta remove that, and hopefully that's that then, because it goes to a rubber line after that. So yeah, and then we just need to unbolt the bottom of the shocks. I've already done the other side. There's like 0 spring tension on these, but bang a jack under the middle anyway just to hold it up, and then you just remove that and boom, easy as that. Well, I say that, but we'll see. Right, so to release the handbrake cable, there is a bolt in here, this bolt here, and then to get the caliper off, I'm just going to take the full caliper carrier off. So there's a bolt there and then one directly underneath it. Bit of a pain to get at, but once you get that off, you get the full carrier and everything off rather than splitting this. And then you can just hang that up somewhere, have a little hole here or something. And same on the other side. I'll just show you anyway. So bolt there, and then these bolts here for the carrier. Easy as that. Well, we'll find out. Okay, so what I've done is I've got this bottom bolt out of the shock. See, that's out there now, so that's loosey-goosey, but I've got the jack under there, and then I've got a jack holding the main axle itself. So what I've done here is, so these are cut all the way around, and you can't, you have to literally take the brake lines apart. So what I've done is cut a slot just big enough to slot that out of there, and then I took the bolt out of this bracket back here, but it was so I took that lower bolt out of this bracket here, if I can get my hand through. So I took that bolt out, and that releases the bracket. It'd be nice to, because the brake line and the handbrake cable are joined together, but there's a bolt on there, and it'd have probably just snapped, to be honest. So what I want to do is get that off as it is. Look, you can just see it there. You can just see that bolt there. So that would have been nice to separate them, but I didn't want to risk it, so I took that lower bolt out. And yeah, so after cutting this slot, I could slot that out of there, give myself plenty of room. So what I'm going to have to do with this is lower it down and then move it forwards, and then bring this, the brake caliper round, so I can get the handbrake cable underneath and the brake hose over the top, and then I should be able to slot it out. And on this side, we got this handbrake cable loose from under here, I showed you. But this one under here, that didn't come loose. I had to cut the head off the bolt to get that one, because it was just twisting this up and I didn't want to completely ruin the, you can see how twisted it is. So on here, same again, cut a slot in the back there, cut a slot in this, slotted the brake line straight out of it. They're just hanging up at the moment, so now we're going to lower this. We're going to take these bolts out, lower it down and get the axle out. Right, so we need to go slightly forward with this one. Damn it. No. Springs released. Holding that side in, just that holding that one in. So put some under it. I'll do it. That's better. Which is loose at this side. Yep, that's good. Right, so that's them. All the way on. So we need to just lower it a bit more. How much further can we? Oh, we've got loads on that flexi. Just trying to keep an eye on this flexi to make sure we're not pulling on it, but there's loads in there. There it goes. We need to go down a bit further. Down a bit more. Right, hopefully that might just be enough to go all the way forwards like that. Don't like it when it moves fast. literally right there. Whew. She is practically on the floor now, apart from that jack and this little piece of wood here. Pulling on anything. Just on that one jack. Right, so I'm gonna hopefully so that shimmy it might just give me that little bit of room that I needed, and it also might not have. So there's that extra room there. Oh no, it's nearly there. What pain in the ass this is. Alright, so there we go. Now if we move that this way, we'll... There we go. So that's that free now, out of the way. That spring off, this spring off. Oh, just hit my head on the king boot lid. All I need to do is just remove the top of the shock absorber, pull that out, and then we can slide this out. These shocks are always fucking stuck in. Dry out. There we go. Take that out as well. Boom. Right, so this is now ready to come out. We just got to figure out how we're going to drag this out from under here. Right, there it is. Right, so when you are taking these off and you haven't took the dust cover off, it will sit on that spring pocket before it destroys that. There's a little bit of room there. So, you're good. Don't have one on that side anyway. Wheel speed sensors, do not ever try take them out unless they're fucked. Looks like somebody took a ball out of this one. So, yeah, doesn't look bad condition at all. I might see about putting new ones of these bushes in, but I know they're going to be fucking horrendous to remove, so. But other than that, whilst it was a pain in the ass to do, because it was on the floor, and this is what I was on about. If this bolt would have come out here, which it probably will do looking at it, I just didn't want to try it. Those two would have split apart, and then I'd have had enough room to just shimmy this around the leg, you know what I mean, without struggling. Because on the passenger side, that's exactly what I did. So I'm going to hang these up out the way now. Doesn't really matter because there's nothing there, and then I can get into all this. I've got to take the exhaust off, but I can get into all this space under here now and clean up all that. So that's going to be fun, I'm sure. There it is, axle removal. Let's have a quick look. So these rot out here, and that's all still solid. Yeah, they'll usually rot through here, and that's what they'll fail you on. And this one's still solid. Bit of moss from my driveway there. Gonna have to take this. Oof, it's a bit crispy. We'll have to rip that off. But otherwise, it is just like the original coat. I'll have a poke around and see how far I can get in this here. That's not bad, really. Bit crisp, but we'll blast over it. And I reckon that'll clean up alright. Not going to fuck around with speed sensors, just clean them up as best as possible, and that's all you can do, really. Alright, so that cleaned up pretty decent, to be honest. Both sides. Even in there as well, in the pocket inside. Could only get so much of that, but and that's what I'm going to paint it with. Some chassis paint. Right, so there it is, rear beam, one coat of paint on it. It supposedly, if I can't really remember, but I used it on my EP3 trailing arms. So if you go to my short videos, you'll probably see it on there. It dries matte and it's meant to flow smooth, so any brush strokes that are left should be gone. But there's still quite a bit of pitting and stuff. There's nothing you can really do with that. But yeah, so this stuff it stinks. It's so fucking strong, honestly. I feel like I'm off my tits, so that's me done for the day. Well, there you go, guys. Just had an extra coat of paint from the last part of the video. It's about 3 days later. I've just got in. Thought I'd come check it. Paint's dry. I'm pleased with it. It looks alright. Don't look too bad at all. You know, for an 18-year-old beam that's been out in the weather constantly all its life, it's not done bad. You know, all the main places where they rot out, you know, like these spring cups on the backs there, where they rot out. Up in here, like, you can see how thick the metal is. You know, places, you know, bits like that, you can see how thick the metal is there. You're good. You can see this metal's thick as I just dropped that. You know, you can see all the good places are still alright. Pick that up. The bushes are a bit cracked out, you know, so I'm going to replace them. I've got some power flexes on the way, so they'll be fun to remove. But yeah, like, I'm very pleased. They'll rot out there as well, in around that hole where the anti-roll bar goes. But this one's sound, it's solid. I twatted it all with the hammer in the places where they go. So yeah, I'm very pleased with it. So yeah, so this will be the axle removal video done. And then I'm going on to cleaning up under the car whilst we wait for parts to turn up. Like these dust guards that go on the discs, and obviously power flex bushes. So we're going to move on with the project, and then we'll come back to this. We'll put new dust guards on it, and then we'll put the power flex bushes in. So yeah, I hope that's helped anyone who's thinking either, do I need a new one? You can check all these places out. You know, check these out, check them little holes out behind there. And you can decide for yourself if you want to spend £300, which is pretty damn cheap, really. But then, is it worth it? If it's still solid, then why replace it? But yeah, that's your choice. But yeah, cheers guys. Anyway, appreciate you watching, and I hope this has helped you out in any way.